Good morning. Do you have an appointment with our attorney?
Yes, my name is Isabel Canto. I'm the prosecutor for the League of Artistic Decency. I'm here to talk to him about the case.
Our attorney is on his way from court and will be here shortly. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Maya, the paralegal of the Free Legal Clinic. May I help you, sir?
My name is Salvador Dali, and I'm glad to be back in the town of Figueres where I was born. Oh, how I've longed to see her seashores. Catalonia, the most beautiful region of Spain. How I have longed to taste her sea urchins again. Please, tell the attorney that I'm here to talk to him regarding my legal problem.
Our attorney is on his way from court and will be here shortly. Wait! I know you! You are the rich and famous artist who just returned from America! Oh, you arrived, sir, in Barcelona!
Oh, marvelous! We tried to keep our arrival a secret. But when we landed at the terminal, hundreds of people, they started shouting, "Long live Dali! Long live Dali and the girl!" And the TV people, I begged us for the interviews, and the drone of paparazzi, they swarmed us.
Oh, who is Gala?
Oh, my lovely wife, of course.
Oh. Don't worry, sir. We provide the best help we can offer for disadvantaged.
Disadvantaged? I, Salvador Dali, the greatest surrealist painter. I came here not to seek your help, but just to tell your attorney, hello.
That is so nice of you, sir. You are the first client who's come here just to tell us hello. We're flattered. Of course, rich and famous people don't need any help.
I admit I was rich, but one night in a Las Vegas casino has completely exhausted my wealth.
I'm so sorry. That must be terrible to lose so many millions in one night. Is it all gone?
Well, of course not. Okay. I'll be honest with you. My wife Gala spent most of my millions. I paid for a hotel room at the St. Ritz in New York, designer dresses, jewelry, foreign trips, and so on. But, well, just between you and me, your dictator, the one you call Generalissimo, should not know that I'm here, because I'd like to help the poor. Well, maybe not at this moment, but, well, let's check. To see if his agents have not followed me here.
You're the first celebrity I've ever met in my entire life. Would you like a cup of coffee, sir?
Oh, why, yes. Coffee would be nice. And I'll take it surreal. 2 flaming spoonfuls of sugar, a portion of ants, and no lemon.
I only have an average Brazilian, but I make it very sweet.
Oh. Well, average will be fine, Maya. It is important for Dali to feel like an average person sometimes, too. Thank you. Isabel? Isabel, is that you? What are you doing here?
I had an appointment with the council. Unbelievable. It has been a while.
Almost 2 decades. Tell me, have you finished with the law school?
Yes, a long time ago. I knew you returned to Spain. I was waiting for you.
Oh. Well, I'm proud to have made such a positive contribution to your life.
It has been a long time since you left. I haven't heard from you since. I must sound like a tortured, unhappy woman. Well, I should rather be celebrating your return to Catalonia. The world knows you as the best Spanish artist and does not care that you are a young, innocent student of law who was madly in love with you. But now, the court sends summons for your deposition and trial. The people plaintiff versus Salvador Dali, defendant.
What a deposition and a trial? What are you talking about? This is preposterous.
The court deposition, May 13th, 8 a.m. at the city of Barcelona, charges unethical and immoral conduct in art. Counsel must accompany the defendant.
Oh, yes, that's what the Free Legal Clinic tries to help me with. But how can you defend me in my trial?
And the prosecutor in the trial.
Ah, you're the prosecutor in my trial. What? Well, this counsel says I could get 5 years behind bars for misconduct. Oh, the most idiotic and unjust of accusations.
Now, only the best defense attorney can get you out of it, otherwise I will do the justice.
Attorneys are so expensive nowadays.
Perhaps this mature woman you married will help you.
No, she's relying on me for the money. We made and spent millions living in America, and I made her return to Spain with me so we could rebuild ourselves financially.
Your calculation at that time was that she would be better for you than a young student of law.
Remember, dear, nobody can know that I'm short on the money, especially in a release.
I won't share it with them, unless they learn it from some other sources.
Here is your average Brazilian, sir. Well sweetened.
Fortunately, some girls know how to cater graciously to a celebrity. Thank you for the coffee, Maya. Free of charge.
Oh, no, it's not really free. You can pay for it, sir, by painting my portrait.
It is my understanding that Mr. Dali has signed an exclusive rights deal with his model wife, Gal.
Wife? Painters prefer to paint young girls like me, not their old cranky wives.
It's obvious some girls like old men for their experience.
Wrong. Rather for their money.
Isabel, since I returned to Spain, I suffer from the most terrible nightmares and I cannot sleep. I keep having dreams that I'm being put in front of the LaGuardia Civil firing squad.
As a surrealist, I thought you would welcome nightmares. I cannot help you legally. It will break my oath to uphold the morality code, but I can help you beat your sleep deprivation. I bought them while visiting Morocco. These pills are made of a rare desert plant. They are the best sleep remedies. Keep them.
Thanks. How do I take them?
Take 1 pill a day when you cannot sleep. It will calm you down. But be careful. If you take more than 1 pill, you may get hallucinations.
Ah, that is what Dali needs. Hallucinations. Thank you, I'll take one now.
Why you take one now? You're not happy to live in Spain again?
Mr. Dali knows Spain is not a free country yet. By the way, I should tell you that the separatists do not appreciate our lack of cooperation and made it known they may place a bomb in our office.
What? Call the police! I heard the noise of explosions! Do you hear something ticking?
No, I don't. You've returned from the great big world to your small old town of Juarez. Enjoy it.
Isabel, my wife needs me in one piece and one piece only, not a blown into 888 pieces by some homemade bomb. Understand?
Sorry, this is our reality. It's okay if you die, but I might die along with you. While you're not gaining fame and fortune, we were here risking our lives for our principles. Perhaps if a bomb were to go off now, I will die, never having defended true and decent art, and never having met a man willing to love me.
Oh, don't worry, my dear. You've achieved a lot. You were a student of law. You were my girlfriend. Now you're my prosecutor. You're gonna die with honor.
We have evidence that your wife, Gala, is planning on filing for divorce. Besides, who could stay married to the man with the most famous mustache in the world? But we're short on money.
Divorce. I feel like we're divorced already. When I lived in America, I spent so much money on her in hotel rooms that were in Paris and Rome, New York and Hollywood. More jewelry, more designer dresses. Now I can't even enter her bedroom without written permission.
Salvador, please don't get more crazy than you already are.
What medical treatment is this? Don't you see he suffers? Oh.
Yesterday, she took a wad of money and she threw it into the air and said, "This is yours. Take it to your grave."
Yes, your old woman is bad.
Perhaps without God, Dali really is a menace to society and should have rot in prison. I hope there is a bomb in here. Help me find it. I'm gonna sit on it and make everybody so much happier when it explodes.
What? You upset him. He needs my help. Only my help. My poor Dali, your elderly wife does not understand. Paint the portrait of a young girl. I'm available. You are so cruel. Now he is suffering even more trying to sit on a bomb. My poor painter.
Dear, don't forget to be nice to me during the trial. See you.
Wait! I know how to help my poor Dali.
Ah, my children. You, my darlings, are my only children, and your father, Dali, is so proud of you. Please, my children, perform the best that you can today so that Dali's countrymen will see the contribution that he's made to this country that he loves so much.
All right, let's get started already. Is everyone present? The prosecutor, Miss Kento, is here. The security officer, Mr. Joe Shu, is here. And where is the defendant, Mr. Dali?
The judge is talking to you.
God, do not interfere. You are the surrealist painter, Mr. Salvador Dali?
The world knows me as Salvador Dali, but my family name is Salvador Dominic Felipe Jacinto Domingo Dali. But my legal name is Salvador Dali. Salvador Dali, the one and only.
Yes, well. Miss Kento represents the League of Artistic Defense. Your Free Legal Clinic Council has requested that your arraignment be held here in the Museum of Modern Art in Barcelona instead of a court of law, and this has been granted.
Thank you, Mr.
Judge Frank Nutra. Sir, do you have your attorney with you? Is your counsel here?
He's coming, Your Honor. But Dali will speak for Dali.
You objection, Your Honor.
Overruled.
As a matter of fact, I'm innocent.
Yes, well, your plea will be entered as not guilty, but your actual guilt or innocence will not be decided until all the facts in the case have been presented to the court. Today, in the interest of time, the defendant may defend himself. Proceed with your opening arguments.
Your Honor, the defendant Dali is an annihilator of artistic decency, and the League intends to prove that he lives in the most radical and immoral manner and deserves life behind bars for that.
But your charging documents say the count added only to approximately a 5-year sentence.
Your Honor, I'm finished with my opening statement. I now wish to examine the defendant.
Proceed.
You will provide us with simple, straightforward answers.
You heard it right. She's known as the moral compass, and nobody wants to hear about your silly dreams.
God, just swear in the defendant.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. Did I say left? I, your name here, swear that I will be telling the truth, and only truth.
I, your name here, swear that I'll be telling the truth, and only truth.
The first accusation. We have evidence that you copied the paintings of your favorite masters, including Annette Velasquez, Raphael from Italy, and the Vermeer from Holland. You were stealing their artistic secrets and using them in your paintings. This constituted an intellectual crime. Do you admit your guilt?
No, I didn't steal them. I only borrowed them for 50 years. With no interest.
The next accusation. You were seen using a red lobster toy as a telephone receiver. To your fellow surrealists, this might be amusing, but to many residents of this country, that was a clear violation of the basic rights of the lobsters. You deny you violated the ocean creature's basic rights.
I don't deny it, but I shall severely penalize myself for it. I'm not eating lobster anymore.
When was your first exhibition?
When Dali was 15 years and 2 days.
Is it true that you enrolled in the Royal Academy of Fine Art in Madrid at a young age?
Oh, yes, I was 16. No, 17. I apologize.
The suspect claims that he has the most famous mustache in the world. We are in possession of strong evidence that your mustache has, in fact, been waxed.
Illegal waxing extends the sentence.
God, do not interfere in the trial.
In this case, Dali's mustache is the most famous in the genre of waxed mustaches.
Why have you misled your friends, your countrymen, indeed the entire world as to the true nature of your mustache?
Oh, I tried to copy the master painter Diego Velázquez. He's the one who's guilty if I've misled the world.
You claim to receive messages from outer space to your mustache, which allegedly acts as an antenna. Are you receiving secret anti-government messages?
No. In this case, Dali receives only the most recent version of the Constitution of the universe. It's sent to me from the gravitational center of the cosmos. That's all.
Just a moment, I need clarification. Now you are saying that you get the cosmic messages sent to your mustache?
Yes, I get them because I have a crystal skull. And there's only 13 such skulls as this in the whole world. One day they're gonna come together as one and they save humanity.
Is your crystal skull of Mayan or Aztec origin?
I object.
Overruled. Just answer the question.
I can't know. I've never looked inside my own head.
While living in America, you often secretly visited your Via Costa Brava on the Spanish Riviera. What was the reason for these secret visits?
Dali went to his villa to visit his 2 hippopotami.
Point of clarification, were they your animals or your children?
I object!
Overruled.
Oh, they are the animals that I treat like my children.
You were expelled from the surrealist movement, were you not?
I had a very high temperature and a strong flu at the time. I think they expelled me because of my high temperature. I was so preoccupied checking it, I did not have time for them.
The surrealists have always expelled their stick members.
God, if you open your mouth again, I will expel you from this museum. Proceed.
The prosecution has evidence that you misusing your own wealth. Is it true that you have a vest encrusted with gold?
Yes, I'm culpable of it.
What could possibly justify such a senseless act?
This was the only way Dali could see to save some of his wealth for a rainy day.
Is it true that you recently conducted a media interview sitting entirely nude? in a bathtub.
Yes, that's true. Perhaps the lovely prosecutor likes to take a bath with her clothes still on.
Moving on. The defendant claims he's a genius of modern art.
No! Dali never claimed that he's only a genius. Dali claimed that he's the indisputable genius of the modern art.
While residing in Spain, do you fear the police or la Guardia Civil?
No. Dali fears only the grasshoppers.
Please proceed with the examination.
Mr. Dali, you have described yourself as the best painter.
No, Dali is an immensely bad painter. Velasquez, Vermeer, and Raphael, they are best. Oh, no! Oh, not the Dali!
Finally, Dali tells the truth.
Sir, are you all right?
Not really!
Exhibit A, which the defense will enter into evidence upon closing, is a reproduction of Da Vinci's Mona Lisa, to which the defendant added a mustache. Do you deny you defamed Leonardo?
I object.
Overruled.
Well, yes, I admit it, but I didn't mean anything against Leonardo. I did it for Mona. I wanted to make her even more illustrious.
Do you deny you also defamed music in one of your movies? And notably in the Andalusian dog, you put donkeys on the piano in a concert hall.
Oh, I might only could disgrace a dog in this movie, but it was still a major event in Paris. Years ago.
Major event. Your Honor, the defendant puts animals in a concert hall and calls it art. The clear violation of moral, ethical, and artistic code.
Let me explain. Dali had a dream. And in this dream, he saw the flying cats and the donkeys dancing on top of the pianos. But the cats were too vocal. So Dali included only the donkeys on the pianos in this film. There's no law that bars one from using one's own dreams in a film.
You should be ashamed of yourself. That film is a clear violation of the family values of our society.
Guys, are you pretending to be the judge here?
No, you want to do it. The judge here.
Having established the count, I move to the treatment of your artistic fears. How would you compare yourself to Pablo Picasso?
There's no comparison. Picasso is only a human.
What? Are you saying you're not human?
Not at all. Dali is divine.
Why then, being immortal, did you desperately attempt to meet Picasso?
Oh, Pablo's the only other painter with whom I've ever had an intelligent conversation. But, to be honest, the world's too small for the both of us.
There is another accusation pertaining to your first visit to Paris. Is it true that you visited Picasso first, instead of the famous Louvre Museum?
Yes, that's true.
Well, sir, this would contradict your previous testimony. Clearly, Mr. Picasso would construe your visit as acceptance of his superiority.
Oh. I was very young at the time and a little bit silly.
Little bit silly.
What would be a comparison between you and your artistic peers?
There is no comparison. When Dali paints, the ocean roars. And when other painters paint, only the water in my shaving glass sputters.
When Dali paints, the sewer system overflows his studio.
Here again. I am going to replace you with a quiet guard.
The prosecution has evidence of you using a bright and beautiful Jewish woman as your model. And Gala, why do you take advantage of her?
Actually, I think the nationality of this young girl is Russian. I am that she is my wife. Attention, attention, Acton, my wife, my model, my soulmate. Gala, gala, gala.
Oh, darling, I wanted to see your exhibition. But so what the Planners Museum of Modern Art, I could find a shopping center much faster. Oh, these exhibition visitors look like a toy story. My dear children, who will cry for their surrealist parents. But, nothing is coming. Oh, no, at least not in the beginning.
Sweetie, these people, they do not write poetry. I presume. They are judges.
Oh, judges are like poets. They do writing, they write sentences. Sentences? Oh my God, is something wrong?
No, not at all, ma'am. We are just in the process of trying your husband.
They want to put Dali in prison.
Oh, they want to put you, such a good-looking man, in prison. For what?
Just for being a genius. The idiots are okay.
They want to put you in prison just for being a genius. In such case, I promise I will come to see you every Wednesday. Unless, of course, I can't. And then I will come and see you on Thursday.
I'm glad, Mrs. Dali, that you will visit your beloved husband in prison.
Why don't you prosecute hardcore criminals instead of my husband? He has both fear and splendor to your country of Spain.
Yes, but he's also very unfair to you.
Is he? Yes. Yes. Like what?
Like you are posing for him free of charge. Artist models are making a lot of money posing for the surrealists.
Yes. You are taking advantage of me. Next time I drop the blotter, I will need the cash payment first, before you grab your brush. That would be fair.
Mrs. Dali, the justice is on your side. Did your husband tell you he had a young lover before he married you?
What? No, he did not have any. He said that all the girls did not want him because he was so,
Scandal. Are you through with your examination of this witness?
Yes, Your Honor, indeed, the final day of trial.
Then I will excuse the witness.
Oh, that is more to say. When my husband was in America, he made a fortune. And then, when we lost it all, he decided to go back to Spain. At that most 2 cups of coffee. I must go back to New York.
Yes. Thank you, Mrs. Dali. You will be called to testify against the defendant at the final day of trial.
Oh, you are welcome. Goodbye, everybody.
All right, if you're finished with the examination, can we adjourn for today? Sir, who will be representing you on the decisive day of trial?
My wife could represent me, and Maya, who's a paralegal.
Okay, let's adjourn.
Your Honor, I have one final point. During an exam in art history class, the defendant insulted 3 professors. He said to them, and I quote, "You are all less intelligent than I."
No, what I said was I'm definitely more intelligent than the 3 of you.
What did you say? All 3 of us.
He thinks we're morons.
No, he's not saying the 3 of us, he's saying the 3 of them.
It really doesn't matter which 3 people are less intelligent.
You dare to offend this court. I will see you spend your future behind bars.
The next time we meet, sir, will be your final day of trial. Be sure to have your attorney with you if you hope to have any chance.
Can you be there with your camera, both as my witness and my private filmmaker?
Yes.
Well, a certain young lady will keep this a secret. At least until after supper.
Oh, the gentleman tries to be funny. I put over today's nail.
Oh, Andy, this postcard is from your good friend, Marilyn Monroe. Read it to us, please.
Look, dear Salvador and Gala, it was nice to see you before your departure. Andy Warhol has finally done my portrait. He made my face green and my hair blue, but I still like him. I hope you're doing great in Spain and the camellia flower is keeping you from trouble. Love, Marilyn.
Oh, the flower Marilyn gave us that we left in the hotel in New York by mistake, of course.
You cannot be a witness in my trial. Ah, Andy, this is the next letter. It's from Maya the paralegal. Read that, please.
My dear Dali, I will be most happy to be your counsel at your trial. Your admirer, Maya.
Excellent. And now, Andy, this is the English edition of a Spanish weekly magazine from Barcelona. Take a look at that.
Oh, fantastic. There you are. It's in the trial of Salvador Dali. The prosecutor, Miss Isabel Canto, allegedly his former lover.
What is this? I have to come to this strange country to find this out. I am some kind of sex
Please don't be such a drama queen. I knew this a girl a long time before you.
Oh, I can't take this anymore. I'm living in hell.
This is nothing new. You started packing a long time ago. If you want to leave, then go.
Oh, bastard!
I cannot rely on earthly beings anymore. They have failed me for the last time. If the world does not understand Dali, then there is something wrong with the world. Cafe of your youth. Only the name, Cafe Paranoia, is the same. It was in this cafe that I met Isabel, a young, innocent girl with smiling eyes and cries. We were so happy then. Then Gala arrived from Paris and everything changed. I told Isabel I did not love her, which was not true. It cannot be. And now she's the prosecutor who's trying my case. I hope she does not want to destroy me. Who walks through Dali's painting session? Why, he saunters like Picasso!
It is I, Pablo! Not so loud. Don't talk, I'm supposed to not be here.
The greatest Spanish artists meet. We should alert the media, the news.
Quiet! Now, you wrote me, you say you need to speak to me personally. So I snuck across the French border illegally to come see you. So?
Oh, Pablo, I got a lot of problems from the League of Artistic Decency. Can you be a witness for me in my upcoming trial?
Oh, Salvador, my dear friend. You know, I would do anything to be a witness against you. Generalissimo is not after you, he's after me. Here's your good friend. He invites you back to your own country. Hey, you are painting a portrait of his granddaughter, and who knows, soon he may give you the medals of achievement. But me, I could be stopped at any moment by the Guardia Civil and shot dead. Just like our dear friend, Garcia Lorca.
You're afraid because of Guernica? You painted a piece of artwork, not a political statement.
Not a political statement. Spain was in the war with Germany when Generalissimo said to his good friend Adolf Hitler, "Be my guest. Send your modern warplanes and bomb any town in Spain you wish." So Hitler sent his planes. And within hours, my dear Guernica is no more. Thousands of innocent people killed, including women and children.
That was very tragic. The fascists believe we're comrades in crime.
I know. Franco and his fascist government, they're scared of their own shadow. Salvador, I also come to bring you something. It's financial help.
Oh, thanks, Pablo, but I've never returned your original loan from my first trip to America.
That was just my donation. It's just money. It's a material thing. Hey, come on. Take it. Take the money. Take the money.
My wife doesn't need to count our millions.
I have a Russian wife too, but it's good to see you.
James.
Jason, but you know, it is not safe for me to be here now. I must go. Please, give Gala my love. And Salvador, take care of yourself. And one more thing. I was never here.
That he could never accept such a material thing as a loan. Oh, welcome to our favorite cafe, Cafe Paranoia. The waiter is going to be here soon to bring you some tea, some orange juice, or the house specialty, coffee Paranoia. I can assure you no customer ever caught the paranoia drinking this coffee, except one, and this was me. I'm painting a portrait of my lovely wife, Gala. First, I put the background here. Yes. And then when she arrives, I'm going to put her noble head into it. I call it a triple tribute to Gala.
Silence, please. Under the written request of your free legal counsel clinic, the court has decided to honor your request to hold your final day of trial not in a court of law, but in this cafe. As the presiding judge, sir, I have to ask, is your attorney present?
They're on their way, Your Honor. Would it be too disturbing to you if I continued to paint my wife's portrait from memory while being interrogated?
No, it is not against the law in Spain to paint a portrait from memory. Swear in the defendant.
Raise your right hand. I, your name here, swear to tell the truth, and only truth.
I, Salvador Dali, swear to tell the truth, and only the truth.
Proceed with your first question.
Your Excellency, the commission of painting a portrait of our Generalissimo's granddaughter. Do you see this as an act of honor or of treason?
I object.
Sustain?
The defense has learned that you never dreamt of being a painter, but of being a cook.
Not just of being a cook, but of being a familiar cook.
A female cook? And what do you wish to be now, sir?
Oh, now I want only to be Salvador Dali. But believe me, that's not easy.
Yes, well, now the court would like to introduce your list of witnesses. First, Miss Marilyn Monroe. Is this woman here?
Marilyn's still doing her makeup, Your Honor.
Yes, I understand. All right, next on the list is Mr. Pablo Picasso. Is this man here?
Pablo was afraid to illegally cross the French border.
Okay, and Andy Warhol.
It's obvious why nobody wants to testify for the defendant.
Oh, this is Andy Warhol, great painter from New York. Someday he's going to be as famous as a Dali is. for at least 15 minutes. Who is the goof with the camera? I'm going to arrest him for copyright infringement.
God! For interfering in the trial, I penalize you to make 5 push-ups. Mr. Dali, you may continue with the witness.
My dear witness, have a seat, please. And now tell all the people, is Salvador Dali some poor little unknown painter from the small town of Figueres? Or is he a world-renowned surrealist genius that everybody should admire?
Yes.
Ah! Ha ha! And now a much tougher question. Are there certain individuals from the League of Artistic Decency who are biased against Dali? Not because they don't like his artwork, but because they don't like his mustache, which they feel is too long.
Objection, Your Honor.
Please, clarify the objection. Do you object to the mustache per se, or that it is too long?
Oh, I object to both.
God, for interrupting again, this time I penalize you to make 10 push-ups. Miss Canto, your objection is overruled. You may continue.
The prosecution has evidence that Mr. Dali dislikes our fine leader and generalissimo and his government so much so that he wishes to return to New York City with his wife. Our Artistic Decency League is aware that instead of painting our national treasures like beautiful mountains, lakes, rivers, streams, instead the defendant paints his terrifying nightmares, horrifying dreams that frighten the children. Your Honor, this witness is hostile. I release in the future sanctions by the state. I wish to recall the defendant, Mr. Dali, for further questioning.
Granted. Remember, you're still under oath, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. For what reason was the defendant born? Perhaps to find justice for our people?
Dali was born to be a liberator.
Do you wish to liberate Spain from its current government and generalissimo? You are indeed a revolutionary.
I wish to liberate painting from the tyranny of Dadaism and Cubism and Futurism and well, all the other tyrannicalisms too. Attention, attention, actum! My wife, I'm a model, my soulmate, and now I'm a lawyer. Gala, gala, gala.
Oh, darling. I see your ex-lovers here. And some good old friends. Oh, what a distinguished crowd. Nice to see you dressed in full black. And you already started to paint a portrait of your consul Gala.
Oh, I'm glad you're here, sweetie. I want to finish your portrait today, despite all the disturbances around.
Order in the court!
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt your conversation, but I am being immortalized by this divine masterpiece.
Let's continue. One day, in a restaurant in New York City, the defendant painted a fly on the white tablecloth. A poor waiter, thinking the fly was real, tried to scare it away. Unsuccessfully. This was a very unethical and immoral act. Do you admit your guilt?
No, Dali tried to create a masterpiece. It was that fly who was guilty.
Let's touch on a subject and much more pleasant than flies. We wish to learn more about your bizarre interests. What is the greatest pleasure of your life?
Dali's greatest pleasure is when he lies down naked on the floor and the flies crawl all over him.
What? This is pure perversion.
Has anyone witnessed this?
Yes, I can bear witness to this, that I would not let even a royal fly land upon the body of this divine human being.
We have evidence that years ago the defendant decided to smuggle his paintings from Spain to America.
Illegal smuggling.
You bought an old battleship from the Spanish government, loaded your paintings onto it, but before sailing across the Atlantic, you fired rounds of live ammunition from its cannons into the air.
Live ammunition.
Some fishermen on the shore, they got frightened, and to this day they suffer emotional scars due to just that act. You fired those rounds of live ammunition to frighten those poor sailors. Do you admit your guilt?
No, I only wanted to let them know that their king, Salvador Dali, was sailing away to the new world to start a glamorous new life in Hollywood with Alfred Hitchcock, Walt Disney, and Marilyn Monroe.
No, not Marilyn Monroe.
Is it true that you were so scared that someone would steal your paintings from the battleship that you attached strings to them and tied them to yourself?
I object.
Overruled.
But the reason for this was, if the battleship was sunk by my enemies, like you, Dali would at least be able to preserve a few of his essays.
Your Honor, I'm Maya, a paralegal and counsel for the defendant, Mr. Dali, the one with the mustache. He is like a father to me, except not like a sugar daddy. Oh, no.
So far, we have only presented light accusations against the defendant, which may result in only a 3 to 5 year term.
Now comes the heavy stuff.
Is it true that you have cherished thoughts to assassinate a generalissimo? And if the answer is yes, what weapon would you use?
Let me think. I believe I would use my water gun.
For telling such a stupid joke, he should get an extra 4 months.
No, not if Mr. Dali uses the mental health defense.
I told you not to interfere.
I would like you to assess the defendant's correctness and his attitude toward others. What advice would you give to young painters so that they might be successful?
I would tell them to drink champagne and eat caviar every day if they don't want to work hard and toil all their lives.
Is it that simple? Just to drink champagne and eat caviar?
I have had enough of these narcissistic delusions, histrionics, infantile outbursts. You are being accused of crimes against the state and against art, and if convicted, you will spend years behind bars. Understand?
You should be proud of his artistic achievements instead of prosecuting him. I wish Sigmund Freud could psychoanalyze your brain for neurosis. I am Mr. Dolly's counsel!
I just think if he is to be condemned by society, why not let the people in his place decide so by a vote? According to paragraph 7, section 99 of our nation's laws, it is permitted to form an alternate jury out of the people who are present.
Even if we use paragraph 7, section 99, it would be of no use. The people are aware of his crimes and they are fed up with him.
Listen up if the people in this place would just vote against Dali, then he will be taken immediately to prison.
I, the judge, have decided to utilize the addendum to the jury's assembly, also known as paragraph 7, and I will allow voting in this manner.
Each person in this cafe has one vote. The defendant, Salvador Dali, isn't allowed to vote. A majority of yes votes indicates a guilty verdict.
You understand, sir? If they vote yes, you are guilty. If they vote no, you are innocent. And at last, justice will be served.
And before being hauled to prison, the defendant would be able to say farewell to his wife.
I believe instead that we will say farewell to you who are biased for Mr. Dali.
I object!
So stay. Then why do you say we are biased?
Our free legal clinic has obtained a document from the Royal Company of Arts Madrid. It is a letter attesting to the reason why Mr. Dali was expelled expelled from academy.
Oh, stop it! We all know why he was expelled.
This letter, signed by the dean of the school, states that Salvador Dali was expelled from the academy because he refused to be examined by 3 professors who were not specialists in modern art.
Miss Prosecutor, perhaps the reason why you are so biased towards my husband is because you yourself tried to be a painter in the past and were not successful.
Oh, me? No, I don't recall ever trying to be a painter or to compete with the defendant.
Well, somebody here suffers serious memory loss.
Is your full name Isabel Canto?
Yes, that is my legal name.
I did research in the library, and I came across a review in the Gazette of the State from 22 years ago entitled Exhibition of Paintings by Isabel Canto.
You are just wasting our time.
The exhibition of paintings of a young amateur artist, Isabel Canto, in the college gallery was well attended by many friends from her law school and by her family. In most of her works, the artist has copied the style of the Impressionist painters.
Unethical copying.
Excessive use of colors gave the impression of quality, in spite of the fact that the artist is not familiar with the laws of color, drawing, and composition. In conclusion, this young artist has a lot of ambition, but unfortunately, she is short on talent. My advice to her: finish law school, Jacob Silveri, art critic.
That critic had no idea about art.
All right, let's just vote already. Anyone here who is 18 or older gets 1 vote. All of you who think that the defendant, Mr. Dali, is guilty, vote now, hands up.
Who is for real justice? Hands up.
All right, if you think the defendant is innocent, vote now. All right. Okay. I, the judge, declare, after counting all the votes, both yes and no, that the defendant, Salvador Dali, is innocent.
A victory! You call the media and you tell them Salvador Dali is an innocent man!
You got very lucky today. You are free to go innocent of all charges. Just sign here the document to release the charges.
But not the defendant, not anymore, but Senor Dali or El Maestro Dali.
Yes, well, I know, sir, that you thought perhaps the Catalan intellectuals or the Civiles or even our fine government wanted to throw you in prison, but I assure you it was solely the goal of the prosecutor.
I knew it. She was a very deleterious.
Women.
Unfortunately, our law is not perfect, and you are free to go. We underestimated what was necessary to in this case. Your female defenders used superb legal maneuvers. Welcome back to your country, Mr. Dali.
The cameras are here!
Cafe Paranoia, take your Otalo. You are the curator of the Barcelona Art Museum. Oh, that is marvelous. Oh my God, it's going to be ecstatic. Thank you, Miss Curator. Oh, we are rich again. Filthy rich.
Darling, Dali is a dancing. I cannot hear you.
research that saved my life.
Oh, you are welcome, sweetie. You what the curator said?
No. Dali meant to be a paranoid, eccentric, and a hallucinating charlatan. But he loves you very much.
Oh, sweetheart. Now I must stay with you in this beautiful country of Sweden. Darling, sweetheart, we're going to live happily ever after. Will you marry me again?
Yes. And I'll stay with you in this gorgeous country of Spain. But don't be so conformist as to become a housewife.
Oh, darling, it's okay. You can be the boss. As long as I give the orders. Senator, are you here?
Yes, the cosmos, it sends me a message. There's a